is Kevonte Graham. I am 17 years old. For 4th to 6th grade, I was being bullied because of my weight. I was being called names every day. Every name you could imagine I was being called. They made me feel like I should be ashamed of being in my body. And I did feel that way.
I grew up basically being very insecure, like with myself, and feeling like the only way to like overcome that was to show that I wasn't weak. So I would bully other kids and like talking about them behind their back and stuff and making them feel bad.
My name is Dejor Carter, and I'm currently 17. And my story, it can't be for nothing. I had autism, and having autism is very hard, and people just didn't understand. I thought that nobody liked me in the world, and the world is ugly and painful, and I thought I was the only person that I just thought that I was alone. A lot of things happened to me in all sorts of categories. Me walking around, I would think people think of me as not cool. I didn't have this lifestyle everybody had, and that was true in a way because my family's not that rich. They can't give me shoes and all that other bull. I don't have so-called the swagger.
In high school, the same kids from elementary and middle school were still bullying me, commenting on my weight and size and my body and the way I looked.
At the time, it was really hard. I didn't know how I could overcome it. So I started doing all the bad things they were doing, so I started to bully kids just to get their acceptance, I guess. And that didn't make me feel any better, you know, because I know how the kids felt.
I didn't feel comfortable walking around school anymore. I was being called fat fuck, whale, cow, everything you can imagine that someone could call someone who's overweight. That's what I was being called. And it made me not want to go to school. It made me not want to talk to anybody. So in 11th and 12th grade, I kind of stayed away from people. I was quiet and I was very insecure in a sense. I lost a lot of weight. I stopped eating lunch. And it affected the way I wear my clothing. Even today, I won't wear something because it's too tight and it shows too much of my body. It would expose something that I'm trying to hide from people.
And when I was about in the 5th grade, my sister came to me and was telling me that she was getting bullied and that she was having problems with like kids at her school and stuff. And I was like really upset about it, and I just wanted to like fight kids that were doing it to her. I was just like, how could kids be so mean? But then I started thinking about all the times that I would be mean to kids and things that I would say to kids, and it kind of just like made it I like came into perspective about it, and started thinking about how I could treat people better, and I came to realization that it was kind of bad to like talk about people and stuff.
People don't really want to hang out with me because people just have me hang around them just for them to roast me and cut my ass. And some people were just mean to me, period, just making me feel less by like sub-physical altercations. Me just saying this brings up a whole lot more incidents that happened to me. And I just feel slight pain from it every time I think about it. And then I say that there's nothing I can do now. So I just try to forget about it. Eventually, no matter how many times I try to hide myself, I break that, and some people like me and some people don't like me. When people did get to know me, I turned out to be a pretty cool person. I mean, everybody sees the world different. I think I see the world in a very logical, makes sense way, I should say.
I don't tolerate bullying now at all. If I see somebody getting bullied or somebody even just talking about somebody else behind their back to me, I'll be like, no, I don't really participate with that. Back then, or even sometimes now, I feel like strength is being better than somebody, and that's not exactly what it should be, but I feel like that's how a lot of people view strength, is being like stronger than somebody in like qualities and being able to, do things better than somebody, or so I feel like that's what people view. But I feel like strength is like being strong within yourself, and a lot of people don't really want to look at that.
I think that if you're going through what I went through, the best way to get through it is to just always remember that it doesn't matter in the long run. And I realized that very late on, that all the stuff those kids were doing, it really doesn't matter. Like, who cares if that kid thinks you're fat? Who cares if that kid thinks you're ugly? Because in a few years, you're not going to know any of these kids. You're not going to talk to any of these kids, and they're going to be going on with their life, and you're going to be going on with yours. In a way, I have gotten over it. Of course, like, the scar is still there, like the mental scar of like, hey, you don't know who's looking at you. They may be thinking that you look this way or that way, and that's always in my head. But I mean, on the flip side, things have gotten better. Like, I'm not as insecure as I used to be about myself.
Talking to people saved me. It's like the number one thing. And the way you talk to people is make friends and go to after school clubs and programs and stuff. That's where I met friends. That's where I met people similar to me. That's where I met people that had similar ideals. And it feels really good to have a genuine conversation about life, and it gives you more perspective on what you should do and how do you approach certain situations. After a while, I realized that you're not alone. There's a whole lot of people that faces the same thing. Like, people that tease you are facing something in their life that they're not comfortable with, and that is the truth.